Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you are doing well. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you are well. Hey, over the farm. How's everybody? Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning. Let me see who is in the house. Who's in the building? We're kind of late to this party, but you know what? It's never too late. Whenever we pick it up, it's always still useful. The lessons are never lost. Some people accuse us of always talking about something that's past. Do you just want to talk about it? This thing happened 3 weeks ago. Why are you just talking about it? Sorry, you. Mobinu. I do have a life. And I cannot sit online every day, every minute of the day, trying to look at what is trending. This happened on TikTok, and I'm not very active on TikTok. I do post occasionally, but I'm not there as often as to see what's happening, especially when something is trending in the US. It will take some time before it will trickle down here to our nooks and crannies over here. Welcome everybody. I salute you. Good evening. Good evening. How many of you have seen the full episode 1 to 50? I'm not even going to lie. I didn't see all of it. I watched a bit of it. I kind of get the gist, but I didn't have those hours to dedicate to that show. I did try to compress some of the hours together, and I posted it yesterday for those people who have not been there. Mm. Junior, you watched everything. Wow, I commend you. I commend you. Well done, my brother. Well done. I couldn't. I didn't have the time. A lot of people were saying that they put it in the background and it was playing while they were doing things, but I if I'm working, for instance, I can't be listening to anything. I'll be distracted. The only thing I can have on when I'm working is music because I don't need to pay attention to it, so it's just playing in the background. But if it's something that I need to listen, like focus and be hearing and paying mind to, I will be distracted because most of my work is paperwork, so I have to focus before I will go and write what I shouldn't write. Welcome everybody. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think I have somebody here from Abuja. Philip Yusuf said, "Greetings from Abuja, Nigeria, and keep up the good work." Thank you so much, Mr. Philip Yusuf. Let me try and pronounce your surname. Is it Danwaran? Is that how to pronounce it? Welcome. I have a problem with your Minister of Women Affairs. How many of you follow me on Instagram? I've been ranting on my Insta story all morning because of that woman. And I'm actually going to come out and do a show about her either Saturday or Sunday. I might do it on Saturday because I think Sunday I'm going to be very busy. Saturday I might do it. I have a problem with all these elected government officials and politicians in Nigeria. Most of them are not qualified for that job. They don't learn on the job. They know nothing about their role. So that woman, I'm all out for her because she has just the kind of utterances that she makes. I'm talking about the Minister of Women Affairs. I'm appalled. I mean, as a matter of fact, if it's a country where people hold their officers and elected government officials or whatever ministers accountable, she should be resigning. Nigerian women will be asking for her to resign because as far as I'm concerned, she does not represent us. But today is not about her. So let me leave her. Pack her on the side until maybe Saturday or thereabout before we reason her matter. The Minister of Women Affairs, that woman needs to cover her face in shame and be ashamed of herself for the kind of utterances she's making as a minister of the Federal Republic. She does not qualify. Everybody, welcome. I salute you. I'm going to rant on that show because she's just, oh my God. When you think you've seen it all and you think, I just get so this, I don't even know the English to use to describe how I feel. It's like when we're trying to talk about women advancement, protection of vulnerable people in Nigeria, you take 5 steps back, you take 2 steps forward, you take 10 steps back. A minister saying things like that. Oh my show. It's okay. Welcome everybody. I salute you. So we are talking today not about the Mumu minister, but we are talking about she calls it the United Nations of Red Flags. That's what Reesa Teesa, that's her name. That's what she calls this. It's a 50-part series of what do you call it? It's a diary, it's a video diary. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, these are the people I'm talking about. Let me take Yusuf off so we can see their faces very well. Her name, I think that's her social media name. I'm not sure if that's her real name. Reesa Teesa. And her ex-husband, Legion. I can't say the name without laughing. He says his name is Legion. I don't know whether that is his real name or that's just a name that was given to him for the purpose of the narration. I like Reesa. Let me just confess, I do like her a lot. I think she's a very, very intelligent, articulate woman, very confident woman. And for something like this to happen to a woman like this, it goes to show you or to tell you that anybody can be a victim. It can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter whether you are educated, you are intelligent, you are sassy, you are street smart. It can happen to anybody. Uni said it's not her real name. Okay, that's the name she gave him. That's not his real name. She gave him Legion because of his lies. Okay. Yeah, it can happen to anybody. So those of you who don't know Reesa, she did a 50-part series of documenting how she met a guy. She's an American, an African American, and she did a 50-part series of how she met and married this guy and everything that happened in the marriage and in their divorce. They are divorced now. She documented everything and she spoke about it. I think it held a lot of people captive and people were like, whoa, is the accuracy for which she was, how she was releasing those videos upon videos upon videos. She was so articulate. She was remembering things. I'm like, oh my God. They said she blew on TikTok. She went is always misbehaving. Okay. I think when I put the camera off, it kind of drops. I don't know why. I've observed that whenever I put my camera on, it fluctuates. But when I turn it off, it works. But okay. I'm doing very well with putting my camera on these days. I'm making an effort for my Obodo farm. Okay, let's get to it because I don't intend to be here for too long tonight. God helping us. Please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. So I'm going to just share it because she did a summary after doing the 50-part series of the video documentary of her experience marrying Legion. She now summarized it, the lies. So this story is basically about these two people and what I think the main thing is about what she was saying is about he said so many lies. And I still don't understand why there were so many lies. I still don't understand it. So I shared it on my Instagram today. And I said, tonight on the show, we'll be discussing the United Nations of Red Flags, aka Reesa versus Legion. Reesa sounds like an intelligent and educated woman. So why did she ignore all the red flags? I have a last book here that he's talking about red flag. So if you want to learn about red flags, number 1 red flag, go get this book. Yeah, who are the readers in the house? Uzo, I know you read quite a lot. And I know you favor African literature. So this one is not a literature, but it's full of stories. So get your copy. Number 1 red flag is written by man of prestige, Ola, our brother here. is the one that wrote it. So if you want to learn, you don't want to be like Reesa. So you will not come and be shalaye. You will not do shalaye. If you don't want to shalaye, go and learn about red flags. Ola is teaching us about red flags. It's a really, really good read. It's on Amazon. You can find it. Number 1 red flag by Lola and Ola. So, I said, why did she ignore the red flags? Number 2, why did Legion feel the need to lie so much? Because in all the stories, apart from the lies that he told, I didn't see anything from the story that was, about his character or anything like that. It was just the lies. She described him as a pathological liar. And I kept wondering, why did she have to lie? Yeah, actually, you can download a free copy. Uzo, Ola has the free copy, but it's an electronic copy. You can download it from, I think it's on Man of Prestige or so. Yeah. Ola, is it on Man of Prestige or where do you have it? He has a website where you can find it. So maybe check it out and get the link to download it. It will be on his channel as well. Yeah. So I kept thinking, in all the stories that she narrated, I don't know why did he lie so much? But she later said that, the brother confirmed that the guy has mental health issues. Yeah. Because I'm thinking if he had just come forward in his true self, I think maybe they would have made it, things would have worked out between them. Because she liked him, she was in love with him, she said he was providing, he was paying bills, he was working. But I don't know why he felt the need to lie so much. The lies were so bad that, I mean, it's not your everyday regular liar. This guy is I think is sick, like mentally. So I don't know why he lied so much. So I asked the question, why did Legion feel the need to lie so much? Are we going to say it's delusions of grandeur, mental health illness, or as someone said, he was manifesting his CEO life? Somebody said that he was manifesting. You know how you speak things into existence? It's almost like when they say fake it until you make it. Yes, the brother said that he has a diagnosis of bipolar and schizophrenia. Yeah. That's true. So he definitely has mental health illness. They said that the brother also said that the parents did try to get him a lot of help before they buy. And part of the reason why their father buy was because of all the help that I was trying to get to him, but everything failed. Yeah. So there are so many lessons. Let's listen to this is just 10 minutes where she summarized the lies. We'll take each lie and speak on it, and then we'll have a quick discussion around the whole scenario.
Okay, so things that my
Talking. Why is he not talking? I hope I've not muted this thing again.
pathologically lying.
It's not talking.
Ex-husband lied about. Backstory. I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can into this video, because I hate when people say follow for part 2, but I'm gonna try. All right, backstory number 1. We met in March of 2020. Georgia got shut down, locked down 2.5 weeks later. We got married January of 2021, and we were divorced August of 2021. So keep in mind that this story is spanning March of 2020 until about June of 2021, because I kicked him out the house on his birthday. So we met online, Facebook dating and Hinge. I will never do online dating again. But that is where I met him. My tire blew on 285 just before Boulder Crest, on my way to our first date. Clearly that was a sign. I didn't listen. but my tire blew and he met me at a gas station. We were supposed to be meeting at Cheesecake Factory, but because the tire blew, he met me at a gas station, fixed my tire, then took me to go get another tire, paid for it. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of a beautiful romantic story.
So let's talk about that. So she said that when they met online, right? And she said she's never going to do online dating. I don't blame her. There are a lot of crazy people online. And she said that I think the first thing that sold this dream of this, relationship to her in her mind was the fact that her tire blew when she was driving to go meet him up. And because the guy came and paid for the tires, got her new tires, that was it. That was it. It was that singular act of kindness, one singular act of kindness that made this sister think, oh, I found the one. So that's to tell you that, yes, kindness is good, but is that enough? Is that all you need to know? Considering that this is a very new relationship, you just met the person, you don't know them. So what's that? What we learn from that is that sometimes things come in packages. You know how Nigerians talk about packaging. You package something that is rotten, completely rotten. You package them in very, very nice nice colors, nice ribbons, and you design it and make it look nice, but on the inside is completely rotten. Yeah, because that singular act of kindness made her, it made her like fall. She was like, oh, he's a good guy, he's nice. She started liking him instantly because of that. Okay, so just be aware that people can disguise, and it's not all that glitters that is gold. Kindness sometimes does not mean that the person is from the moon.
Boy, was I wrong. So, things he lied about. Every morning he would get on the phone with his brother. We'll call his brother John. He would get on the phone with John and he would be like, hey, babe, John said good morning.
Oh, what have I done? Sorry.
Okay, so
It's starting all
things that
over
my
again.
pathologically lying ex-husband lied about. Backstory. I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can into this video, because I hate when people say follow for part 2, but I'm gonna try. All right, backstory number 1. We met in March of 2020. Georgia got shut down, locked down 2.5 weeks later. We got married January of 2021, and we were divorced August of 2021. So keep in mind that this story is spanning March of 2020 until about June of 2021, because I kicked him out the house on his birthday. So we met online, Facebook dating and Hinge. I will never do online dating again. But that is where I met him. My tire blew on 285 just before Boulder Crest, on my way to our first date. Clearly that was a sign. I didn't listen. But my tire blew and he met me at a gas station. We were supposed to be meeting at Cheesecake Factory, but because the tire blew, he met me at a gas station, fixed my tire, then took me to go get another tire, paid for it. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of a beautiful romantic story. Boy, was I wrong. So, things he lied about. Every morning he would get on the phone with his brother. We'll call his brother John. He would get on the phone with John and he would be like, hey, babe, John said good morning. And I'm in the bathroom doing my hair because I still had to go to work at this time. And so I would just say, hey, John, call out, hey, John. And, he would relay back and forth what I said to John, what John said to me. I never actually talked to John on the phone. And so he would be like, I can't wait for COVID to be over. Me and my girl, we're going to come see y'all. I can't wait for Auntie to meet her. Side note, his parents are deceased, excuse me. So he was like, I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Like, I know I'm gonna marry her. I know it. He said everything I wanted to hear. Love bombing 101. This man wrote the book. So he talked to his brother every day. He talked to his friends every day in front of me. He would be on the phone laughing, cutting up, cracking jokes, telling them, hey, she said, hey, just having conversation, like a normal conversation. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until he got kicked out of my house in June of 2021 that I found out every single phone call was made up.
Okay, let me pause there. Stephanie, thank you, my darling. Thank you so much for that super chat. I truly appreciate it. You know I love you, Tikpe. I'm still waiting for you to call. Let me hear your beautiful voice because you look so beautiful and you've been my fan for so long. Thank you, baby. Thank you. So let's talk about this line number one. Please like the video. Nick Deji, my sister, God bless you. Like the video. Let's talk about this because you know how I said that apart from the lies, I don't think he's a bad person or he's a bad guy. He seems like an okay person. Okay, look at this line number one now. Let's analyze it. Why would somebody be lying about talking to their family member, their brother, and their friends? How do you make up a phone call consistently for that long every day? First of all, I've not seen anybody that talks to their brother every day, except your business partner. Nobody got time to talk to their family member every single day. I don't care how close you are, except you are doing some business together. Okay, what is the relevance of this lie? Lie number one. What is the relevance of pretending to talk to your brother every day, telling your girlfriend, oh, my brother says hi. Oh, I can't wait for her to meet you. You know, I'm going to marry her, telling her the things she wants to. What was the relevance? Because to me, maybe I don't understand or I'm being naive here. Obodooyinboconnect, please. There is no relevance to this line number one. I don't see any relevance in talking to your family member, your brother every day. Yes, I saw the update, Bisola, that yeah, he's sick. Yeah. So this is to tell you that, you know, we don't need to go too far about why this brother told so many lies. I think it's not well. It's just somebody that is unwell. And that's to tell you that mental health illness manifests in different forms. Okay? Mental illness manifests in different ways. Because this guy was able to, a woman that is this smart, very articulate and able to, she understands, she's sassy, she's beautiful. But this guy managed to fool her for how many years? Guys, please tell me. How many years were they together? 3 years? He pulled it off. And he was telling lies upon lies upon lies. But this particular first one, me, I don't see the usefulness of this. If you want lie for better thing. Why are you lying that you're talking to people, your brother? I don't understand. Maybe you guys, let me share my link, honestly. Somebody might understand it better. Maybe it's just to build her trust, so that she will know that he's family oriented and that he's interested in family and all that. I don't know. But there's no reason for him to lie that he's talking to his brother. I'm just saying it's a worthless lie. It doesn't benefit. It doesn't benefit anybody. How do you pretend to phone call every day? You hold phone in your head. Say hello, hello. I can't wait for you to see my oh girl, ayemanika. No, it's sickness. It's sickness. I'm giving him some grace because the brother is ill.
He was never on the phone. I don't know. Those of you who are watching, you're probably like, there's no way. Listen to what I'm saying. Everything I'm telling you can be verified. Every single phone call he ever had was made up. The phone calls where he called to pay his car off, made up. The phone call to the realtor when we were looking at houses, made up. The phone call to the bank for them to release the money for the house that he signed his name for, made up. Every phone call was made up. His brother, every day, he and his brother had not spoken since 2015 when his mother died.
So This guy is actually a genius. I don't know how many of you saw it that way. Somebody that is very, very daft or unintelligent cannot sustain this kind of lies. Obviously, every lie has an expiry date. We know that. And that's why lies, people who lie, I wonder why. Why? What's the point? There's no point, really. Because they're still going to catch you. It might take a while, but they'll catch you. But I'm telling you that this guy is a very, very intelligent person. For him to be able to fake so much phone calls, fake bank. She said, we're going to get to the lie about the house. He faked that he had a bank approved mortgage. He faked all these documents that he showed her because she was seeing evidence of these things. How did he get it? And this brother is not in Nigeria. He's not a Nigerian. Oh my God. So he's actually very, very smart. It's unfortunate that maybe because of his illness, he couldn't direct all that, incredible intelligence that he has towards doing the right thing. He was so good. He ticked all the boxes. And that's why she didn't doubt everything he said. She didn't doubt it because he has evidence to back it up. He had evidence. He said he was going to buy a house. He showed proof. He showed proof of money in bank accounts. He showed, he even talked about offshore accounts. He said he was is he footballer or whatever? What do you guys call those people that are athletes in America? Hey, Egbami, the brother is, I will tell you that his brain is working. It's just working in the wrong direction. Let's go on.
I found that out later on. He made up every phone call. He had no friends, but yet every phone call would be my friend this, my friend that. The second lie, his job. He told me when I first met him out the gate that he was a VP at his company. He had been transferred from California to Georgia, and he was in the process of, getting himself settled. He was looking to buy a house. His job was VP of a major condiment company. I won't say the name because I don't want to get sued. But he said that his job was VP at that company. It is fair to note he paid every bill. He paid all the bills.
So that's another thing. You see what I was saying? He said that he was a VP and he had money. So you can't even blame this sister for not able to, catch up on his lies on time because everything he was telling her was adding up. He said he was a VP. He was paying all the bills. And this sister was like, you know what? It's good to have a man that at least can provide. Remember, she's single. She's never been married. So I'm sure she's had to take care of herself since she was an adult. So meeting a man who can at least provide felt good. It feels good when somebody can take some of your burden away. You don't need to worry about rent. You don't need to worry about, where is my next car note or car payment going to come from. The guy was paying bills. So there was no reason for her to doubt him because he did his homework. She felt secured financially. So what do we learn from that? My people, when we're always saying, we are advocates of no struggle love. I don't want to call any names. No struggle love. We are saying no struggle love. This felt like it was not a struggle love. But in the end, now washy. Now washy. So a lot of people were asking the question, where did he see all this money? Because he said he was a VP. Where was the money coming from? He was going to work every day. Hey, this guy, Chai, I think FBI needs to investigate his brain because they can use him. He's good. Honestly, he's good. Let's continue.
He gave me spending money. Like, even though we were quarantined, locked down in my little townhouse, again, this story was always he's trying to buy a house. So when we got together, it was we need to buy a house together. Like, this is forever. We're going to have a family. Let's go ahead and find a house. So the lie was is that he was a VP at his company, and he maintained that lie every day. Truth is, he was a temp. He called me from work all the time. I may have to make a different video to explain how he was able to lie with the work stuff. So he would call me and he would pretend to reprimand employees who couldn't see that he had a Bluetooth thing in his ear. He would pretend to reprimand them in front of me. He would pretend to take phone calls from the company president who needed his help on something. He forged emails that he showed me from the company president asking him, we need to get this up and running. We need to do this project. We need to do that. It is scary how brilliant he was and how much energy he put into the lie.
Isn't that what I just said? That he's brilliant, that he's intelligent. She said that he was forging emails from the company that he claimed to be working for about projects that they want to do. Remember, he said this guy he's not on a regular level. Like, maybe he's not head of Yahoo. He would have done Yahoo. Because his rate of being able to forge, he's a master forger. He can forge anything forgeable. Chilode, he was calling her from work. And she said she will be pretending as if, you know how you'll be talking to your employer, oh, okay, I got the email, all right, nice one. It's a lot of energy to do this, to put on this kind of, it's like putting on, it's like acting or putting on a show, or I don't know. Somebody say his forefathers are Nigerian. Oh my God. Damilola, Damola, you are not serious though. His forefathers, his ancestors are Nigerian. Oh, the guy was so good. Okay. Line number 2. I'm a CEO. I worked in this big company, but they found out that he was working in a warehouse. Nothing wrong in that. You could have just be yourself, my brother.
But he was a temp. He was a temp forklift driver. There's nothing wrong with a
forklift driver. Hey, chai.
driver. But he was pretending to be a VP. Third lie, housing.
Hold on. Before we get to third lie, please, I need to say something about this. As a VP, how many of you have seen VPs before? I don't know. Why can't I hear myself? There's something wrong with this, my audio. You guys are hearing me well, right? Okay. As a VP, there's a dress code for a VP. I don't care what industry you are in. A VP has a dress code because you are representing the organization. So you can't dress in jeans or just chinos or pants and go to work. You got to put on a suit. You got to look corporate. So I'm trying to think about dressing as a VP, which I'm sure he's doing with a briefcase and all the trimmings that come with being a VP. He even said he had an official car. Yeah, I listened to that part where he said he had an official car, but he couldn't drive the official car to the house for whatever reason, right? VPs will dress smartly, okay? Because there's an image there. They project the image of the organization. This guy is a forklift driver. So if you are a forklift driver, you're going to be having to wear safe, what they call those protection clothes to protect you, So you have to put helmet or whatever. You have to dress like, man on the job. You know how those people that work like in building site, construction site, that's how you're going to dress. All right? So what are we talking about? Chinyere say Mark Zuckerberg wear gray t-shirt and jeans. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't own a corporation that is a conglomerate or a retail company or anything like that. He's a social media CEO. He's the owner of Facebook and all and whatever. So it's not the same. Keep up, keep up, keep up, my dear. Anyway, what I'm saying is that how is this guy able to pull off dressing as a VP to leave the house versus his real job where he goes to drive a whatever it is that I don't know what forklift driver do. What do they drive? Hmm? Okay, let's continue. You guys focus, focus. All right, give us a thumbs up, guys.
He told me he was looking to buy a house. We
Third
got
line.
together
Third line.
and we started looking at houses. I found a beautiful 5-bedroom, 6-bath house in Smyrna, Georgia that was gorgeous. It was brand new construction build, and I love the house. The house was listed for $699,000. He showed me paperwork from Chase Bank saying that he was approved for a mortgage for $750,000. Yeah. I watched as he put in an all-cash offer on this $699,000 house. I watched him sign his name to a legally binding document for an all-cash offer. The reason why the house fell through was because the builder did not want to finish the basement. We were requesting that the basement get finished. He did not want to, so he declined our offer and took the offer of another couple who didn't need the basement finished. That's the only reason why that house fell through. I see now where God's grace protected me because, well, it really protected him because legally I was not his wife. So I was not on the mortgage for that home.
So the story about the house was the first, if you watch the series, yeah, where Reesa was narrating all these stories about, how they got together. The first thing was the house thing, because the minute she met him, he kept talking about house. That, he's just moved into the state, into the city as a VP. He's just in a, the accommodation he was staying was temporary. He needs to get a house. He needs to get a house. Now, the story of this house is long. Like, COVID, it was during COVID, so they were doing virtual, what they call it, viewing. But she said that she saw him physically put an offer, cash offer, on a house that is worth 600,000, almost $700,000 dollars. How is that possible, my people? I don't know how they do that. How do they do it? I mean, how did this Legion do it? He signed. They went to stores to go and put offer to buy furniture, to put money down on, electronics and all these white goods in the kitchen. The guy was paying for everything. Ha! Okay. So a lot of people were like, because she found out later on that the house was a lie because she was able to do her own digging. She found out that there was no offer. It was a white elderly couple that bought the property and all that. Everything he told her about the house, the first house, was a lie. So a lot of people had a problem with why did she carry on? When you find a gigantic lie like that, that's not just something that, this was a process. She was ready to pack up her house and move. I don't understand how, she trusted him after that. Because I will question every goddamn thing after that. But it's like she did her, what's it called? She did her investigation at the end when she'd have done it in the beginning. She did she did a search on him. She said she paid for somebody to search on him, what they call it, to do a background check later on. When this is what she should have put forward, because she has some knowledge of criminal, what's it called, of law enforcement, because she works in something. I don't know what they call it. So yeah, don't do your background check after. Do it before so that you save yourself the headache.
So, third lie had to do.
So if you need to do a criminal background check on anybody in the UK, I have the links to do it. You can let me know. I'll send you somebody that will get it done for you. It costs you a little money, but it will save you a lot of heartache.
With housing. Fourth lie had to do with baby. So I got pregnant, lost the baby. I was sad at the time. I am not anymore. But lost the baby, had to have a D&C. When I was in the hospital, the doctor called him to let him know, she'll be discharged. Because again, this is COVID. So you could not go in the hospital at the time when I had the surgery. So the doctor called him and said, she's going to be released in an hour and a half. He pretended to be his own executive assistant. And so he said, Mr. James is in a board meeting, but I'm his executive assistant. David, how can I help you? You can let me know what's going on. Obviously, the doctor wouldn't do that. So she just said, please let him know that Miss So-and-so will be ready for pickup in an hour and a half. He told the doctor he's in a board meeting until about for about another 30 minutes, and then he'll be on his way. I should have only been in the hospital for an hour and a half. I was there for 3 hours. Because again, he was a temp forklift driver, so he couldn't get off work. But I didn't know that at the time. So those are just some of the things that my pathological lying ex-husband did.
But he was a hard worker. That's why I kept saying that if he was just honest, I'm sure Reesa would have still loved him. Because he was providing. He was paying bills. He was working hard. Every day he was going to work. So why the lies? That's where the mental illness comes in, right? Somebody said, Daisy Dream said that anybody can put an offer in. But for you to put an offer in, do the realtor not need to see proof of funds? I thought they need to see proof of funds. They just take offer from anybody that walks from the street to say, I want to buy a house. Because over here, you need to show them your bank statements. You need to show them. Since he said he can't keep a job, really? I thought he was working all through the time he was with her. Or is it because it was COVID? Anyway, let's continue.
There's so much more. I have severe PTSD. And I know it's my fault. I know that I did not trust myself. I did not pay attention to the United Nations of red flags. I did not pray. And I am paying the consequences for that. So there's nothing anyone can say to me, girl, you was dumb. I was desperate.
Oh, you see, that's why I love this lady so much. I love her so much because you know how we are big on accountability. Honey Babe was in the studio a while ago. She's jumped off now. I'm sharing my link. She took accountability for everything she did wrong. For a woman to say, I was desperate, she knows. And you know what? I think, she kept saying, if you watch the series where she was doing the video documentary, she said something was not adding up. She kept saying something was not in my mind. Something was not. You know how they always say that women have this sixth sense, that we have this intuition. There's always something that is nagging you in your brain. Where this thing is not right. Women have this thing. We do have it. So Risa knew. She kept saying, oh, why? It feels good. He loves me. He's doing all the right things. He's paying bills. He's showing me love. But something is not right. So she knew. But I think because of her desperation, she pushed it. You know how something will be nagging in your brain? You just shove it to the back and say, you this thought, get out. Get out of my mind. I found my man. Why are you trying to spoil my thoughts? She shoved it away because she didn't want it to be true. But in her heart of heart, she knew that this guy was lying and that he was too good to be true. I think she knew. But I love her honesty. I love her accountability. I love the fact that, she's dealt with her pain. She's dealt with everything. And she's able to speak about it now because she knew. Why making all this video that a lot of people will come for her. And guess what? The people that will come for her will be mostly women. That is the sad world that we live in. If it's a brother that is sharing this story, you best believe that all the brothers are going to be saying, bro, keep your head up, bro. They will be encouraging him. They will be showing him love. But women, Kamari. Let's continue. I'm almost at the end now.
I wanted to be married. I wanted a family. And I thought it was my turn.
Wow.
And instead, I got pulled into something my brain could not even comprehend. And guess what, guys? What I just told you, it's only 5% of the story. So yeah, let me know if anybody knows somebody at Lifetime. And also, if any of you got any sort of gift cards for Stella Rosa Black, I'll take those as well. That's my story.
She's funny.
Okay.
She's funny. She's funny. She's a very lovable person. She's a very, I just love her aura, her spirit, and her bravery. It's not easy to put yourself out there in a country where they're going to come for you. She said, I wanted a family, I wanted to be married. And so, as a result, she believed all the lies, even though she knew in her sixth sense, babe, this thing is not true. And this guy is playing me. So yeah. Natu, you are in the studio. Before I take you, let me quickly, I wanted to talk about this. So this is Legion. This is Legion of Lies. There's something I wanted to say, because you know how we always talk about hypogamy here on this platform. I wanted to reiterate, what it means, and if perhaps if this was what was playing out in this relationship. I'm not sure, but it's one of the angles I could think of. What is hypogamy? Marrying someone you consider to be lower economically and socially. Somebody that you are basically better off. You have more money than them. You have more social standing than them. And over everywhere in the world, it is known that men are found to be the ones that practices more than women. There's a reason. There's a reason why men are the ones that choose, women who they feel that they are superior to in terms of economic power, especially. All right. You already know the average man, wants to be the one, because men usually equate they equate their worth, their self-worth, and their ability to run their family or their home to their pockets. The average man will feel like, if I don't have money, this woman is not going to respect me. If I don't have more money, if I can't pay her bills or take care of her, at least in some form, in some way, shape, or form, then I'm not going to be the man of the house. So that's a reason why a lot of men will want women who they are better off socially and economically. So for them, the average man, I mean, this is not for everybody. I'm just saying, on an average, men will feel that they have more power and control in their relationship or marriages. And this is one of the strongest feeling that leads men to pursue hypogamous relationship. Yeah. I don't know if she was making more money than him, or the fact that she had a home. She did say it was a small home. I don't know how many bedroom, but she was renting somewhere bigger than him. But there was a lot of grandiose delusion with this brother. He was very, very grandiose. Somebody said that he was he was speaking it into his sister. He was faking it. He was speaking the VP life. Natu, do you believe? Was he calling VP life into existence, calling things that are not as if they are?
He was. Oh. He was. He was.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
You know,
Welcome,
you
my
know the beautiful
darling.
thing that hi mama. The beautiful thing that I like about her is taking accountability. You know, it
Mhm.
even takes a lot for her to be able to even come out and give this story like the whole, even if she has to give just one episode, you understand what I'm saying? But giving that 50, I know she did it for a purpose. Being vulnerable is not for the faint-hearted,
It's
you
not
know.
to.
Yes, and I believe that she did that because she wants to help a lot of women out there that might be um in the same position or might find themselves in the same position. And like she said at some point, she said she was desperate. So I know a lot of women that have been through something similar can relate.
Mhm.
When like you just feel like I have a friend that got married and was divorced. And one of the reasons was DV. And I told her, I said, I know you have must have seen this before now. She said, where will she start from? She was
Natu, are you there?
she start from.
We can't
That
hear
was the
you
problem
again.
that she
We can't hear you.
yes,
Can
ma.
you move closer to your phone?
Can you hear me?
Better.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, darling.
So she said one of the problems she had was that he started like putting his hands on her before the
Mm-hmm.
wedding day. Well, because she was telling herself, where would she start from? So she now went ahead with the marriage. She was just 26, but she ended up divorcing 5 years after the marriage. You understand what I'm saying? So I think desperation and societal pressure, cultural
Mm-hmm.
pressure, societal pressure, peer pressure, everything joined mixed together, affects us. So that's why our attitude on self-awareness, like it's very
Mm-hmm.
important for you to be self-aware. So when you are
Mm-hmm.
aware and you know what you want, what you stand for, what you're looking for, nobody's going to pressure you into doing anything or trying to get married because your biological clock is ticking.
Let me tell you something that a Mongo Park once told me. Somebody told me when I was a teenager, no, not teenager, young adult, that the reason why women want marriage or relationship so much is because we are incomplete. Because a woman was taken from the rib
Amen.
of a man, and that there's somewhere in the Bible, he actually showed me the part of the Bible, is in Genesis, that where it says his desire will be upon you. You know, when God was giving Adam and Eve their
Right.
punishment for
With
their
right.
sin, yeah,
Right.
one of the punishment for the woman is that, apart from saying that that they will give birth
They
in
they
tears and
suffer
in
at
pain,
childbirth.
uh
Mhm.
he also says that your desire will be for your husband.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's deep. You guys look into it. Some of you that are spiritual, look into it. So that's why you see, it's not every woman, obviously, but for the average woman, especially
Hmm.
we black women,
Right.
there's just something about us that, you know, I'm not talking about people that have been burnt by marriage or bad relationships, or, people that, just made up their mind. But for the average, the desire is to have a family.
Right. Right. And to be honest, it's not wrong to have that desire, but
No, it's
like the
not
way
at
culture, the
all.
way culture and society makes it look,
Mm-hmm.
once a woman starts getting to a certain age, she wants to like, I was just telling somebody today, I said my younger sister got married at 26, my elder sister and myself are 34. So like you can see the difference. And we're older than her by 6 years.
Right.
But you could see the diff exactly. So, but if we had that pressure, the moment it was her turn, all of us would start jumping and be saying, "Oh, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. This one is my." You understand what I'm saying? So it's not a bad thing to have that desire, but I think sometimes we just let our guards down and we let all this cultural societal pressure get to us, and then we get ourselves in trouble. And another thing that talking about him taking care of her bills was not much. If you see where she was talking about where she was living, that she didn't want to have a baby in that area, it was kind of like a ghetto
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. She
area.
said she didn't want to
Mhm.
have a baby. She kept
So
saying
that's
it. I
why.
was wondering what's wrong with the area. Means the area
Mhm.
is not good.
Yes, yes, it's kind of like a ghetto place. If you Google, you'll see it. So that's the reason why. And then she's like, if this is gonna make her like feel secure with me, why not? So it's not expensive. Why won't you do it? All the people that are saying how I wish I was not doing Yahoo, I say it, how I wish I was not doing Yahoo because I don't trust it. I TV. This one is giving me Yahoo vibes. But hey, talking about the VP, right? At TV, you're talking about like how will a whole VP be dressing down like that? It depends on the kind of company where he works. Like in my own company, like we work behind the scenes. You can wear pajamas and come to work. They don't care. They really don't care. Yeah. Like there's one VP that likes wearing one dirty sneakers to work. So like it's going to get to a day that I have to tell. Actually, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Oh, no, the thing I've noticed anytime I take the train, I don't know. I
Mhm.
think a lot of white people have a problem with wiping their trainers. I don't know why.
I don't know,
One day I was
man.
on the train. The last time I was on the train, I felt like recording people's feet. I don't know why I have this bad habit of always looking at people's feet when I'm on the train.
I'm
I
telling you,
hardly take the train.
one VP at my job was even telling
But
me, she's
what
like,
I've
"Oh,
always noticed is that a
you're
lot of white people
overdressing."
don't clean their trainers.
Yeah, she's
So
like,
their
"You're
trainers are always
overdressing." I'm like,
dirty.
"What
I'm
does
like,
that
don't
mean?"
you people have clean some clothes to clean
No,
shoes? But
they
the
don't care.
brothers always come out looking good. Not so you know
Yeah,
that
but he
black
told
men
her,
always
he
take
said,
care of their appearance a lot.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's true. I agree.
Hmm.
I agree. But
It's
she said
Oyibo
that he
men that
works
don't care about their appearance, but brothers
and to
look
be there.
good. They take care of
Their
their
own is
shoes,
worse.
their appearance, and everything.
Their own is worse. But another thing that got to me and to be that time, like he said, that every time he's on the phone, you tell her that his brother also is saying hi.
Eh,
How has she not collected the phone at some
to
point
say
to say hi?
hello.
Because no, because me, because me like this.
I think
So that one was one.
I don't
Why
know.
would they?
Are
No,
we gonna say she's trusty or she just wanted to believe the lies?
I don't believe she was naive. She was
Somebody
desperate and
said that,
naive.
Havina said that, but we have been redeemed from the curse, though. New Testament. So that curse that was saying, but the eagle is saying Genesis 3:16, unto a woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow. In thy conception, in sorrow you shall bring forth children, and that desire shall be for thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Eh, okay.
Bible scholars. But yeah,
Yeah.
that one got me though. It took me off. Like, how would she have led that? But I think she was working on eggshells too, because of all the things that he was doing. She was letting a lot of stuff slide because she didn't want to lose him. Do you understand?
Mm,
So
mm,
now this brings us to the point where women say, "I'm trying to get a man that's like financially secured." So when you get it financially secure, you know that is like you can't get everything. That's the lie women tell themselves. You can't get
mm,
everything. Is he taking care
mm,
of the bills, doing everything? All right, that's fine. Don't worry about that. His other things will fall in place. That's what they say.
mm.
So I think that she was at that point. So she was working on the action when it comes to she's like, I don't have to worry about my
She
bills.
liked him. She was in love, not to.
Auntie B, do you know what it means for American woman for a man to say you don't have to pay bills?
Yes, that's Brother Ben explained it in his show. He said that it's not like Nigeria, that Nigerian men are known to take care, they will take care of you. I mean,
You
the
are
love
in
language
different.
of the average Nigerian man in Nigeria, let me not talk about abroad, I beg,
Yeah,
is taking care of the home. They pay the
yeah,
bills. Nigerian men pay
yeah.
bills. So Brother Ben was saying it in that show that for in America, it's not like that. So
Mm-mm.
Risa, seeing a man that can pay bills was like, I
It's a
struck
big deal.
gold.
It's a
It was like
big
she
deal.
struck gold.
It's
Mm,
a big deal. Say,
it is
let
well.
me not reach this stage. Every other thing
Mm,
can pass, Joe.
mm,
No, no, no. Like me now, say I have money to buy shoes. I'm like, that's nice.
mm.
So she like, but yeah, she
Thank
she
you, my
had red
darling.
flags, but I think she
She
jumped
ignored
ship
them.
because of what
Yeah.
he was doing.
Pay attention. Go and get our last book. Number one red flag. I'm telling you, go and get it. So you don't become like Risa. And you come and shalaye. You talk and talk and talk and talk and be doing expose on TikTok. Go and get this book. It's free. Man of Prestige is giving it free.
And
Now
to
to
be
thank
say
you,
expose.
darling. I appreciate you. Let me move on quickly because of
Yes,
time.
ma.
Thank you, baby. Love you. Okay, Dami, you are here. Okay.
I
Welcome.
had to be
Hello, sweetie.
yeah, this I think this story hits got to me a bit because I'm 34. I'm going to be 34 as well.
Right.
And there was something that she said that a lot of things that she said I identified with. She said in one of her videos, she said she felt like she, even if the flags were there, I mean it was pretty much like a World Cup event with all the flags there.
Mhm.
She that she felt
United
like
Nations of red flag.
United Nations of Women, she said, that she just thought it was my turn. When she said that, I felt like, oh, so this is a universal thing, because sometimes as African women we think that because of our culture, but this is a universal thing. And I say that because I mean, Nasu just talked about the fact that someone taking care of bills. Not even that, until I've been by myself for a long time, that I know how to change tire, I know how to pump gas. I'm not
Is a
joking.
lie.
In
You know how
Canada,
to you know how
I
to
know
change tire.
I know how to change tire. I know how to, and there's a danger of like sometimes I'm worried that I am a bit too independent. That
Right.
when that person comes, I wouldn't, that feminine side. It's not that me, I want to be taken care of, but those things that I know how to take care of myself in every aspect. So when she was
Right.
saying that somebody just coming and taking those
Some of that
responsibilities.
burden
Yeah,
off
some of that
her.
was
Yeah, it feels good. It
I
does
won't
feel
like
good.
to be once I get married like this, I'm never buying gas in my car. I look at my friends that don't know their gas tank. They don't. I
Who
hate
told you that if you marry, you are not going to buy gas? Who told you?
that
Are you going to
particular
be
fact.
using the same car?
There are some tax that I hate.
Damn, let me just
Cars
better
and
cancel that from your
ironing.
mind now. You might say you won't change tire. And you don't need to change tire. As a matter of fact, you live in
In
you live in
Canada. No,
America.
there was no, yeah, in Canada, but there was a
In
time that
Canada, don't people have AAA or what do you call it?
yeah, but you know, there are sometimes that you are stuck in a situation that you are forced to do
You
those
go
things.
pay gas tire. Who buy gas for you as a married. Are you kidding?
Uh See, Auntie B, let me tell you, there are two tasks that I'm just looking forward to.
That's not one of the expectations for marriage,
I
my
don't want to
darling.
iron. I don't want to iron in my life again. You know those things that. But I had to learn those skills because, of course,
Iron what? Iron clothes, your own
iron.
clothes.
I hate ironing,
Give
Auntie.
it to dry cleaner.
If you want, Auntie, is it all your clothes you give to dry
It's
cleaners?
not all your clothes you iron. Me, I hate ironing too. So I basically don't iron. If you see me, I'm always wearing all these clothes because they don't need ironing.
You know, so things like that. But the point is that I could identify with her.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is that I appreciated our culture. Like, you know, a lot of times we're always hard on our culture, but and I'll explain what I mean by that. I don't know how I can marry somebody that my relatives have not met this person. If
Hmm.
not, let's even say that
No, it was COVID though.
even if it
Remember?
was at a marriage, that even if it's one or two people, even if it's the uncle from church or the auntie, like it's not like, to me, I just felt like it was a bit strange because we're talking
Mm.
about this whole thing, everything plus divorce and everything happened within 15 months.
Be praying for the kind of man that Uzo say her husband irons for her.
That me, honestly, I'm looking forward to those are
So
the
you are
two
looking for somebody that will buy gas and somebody that will iron. Those are
that,
the
you
two
know how
things.
Auntie B, I have friends
Me,
that
I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody that will cook.
Auntie B, I have friends that, like,
Man
they
of
don't know where
Prestige,
their
thank you
gas
so
tank
much.
is.
Welcome.
They don't know where their gas tank is. Their husband literally will go and see that their tank is almost empty. We fill the tank again. Like, you know, and honestly, that's why I had an issue when,
I've
like,
never experienced that before, so
Auntie,
it's different from everybody.
anything that has to do with car, all the oil checking, knowing all the lights, all that stuff, I can't wait to like, I just don't. It's just because, of course, I won't not do anything. So
Mm.
again, talking about the culture, like, that at least there'll be one or two people that will even ask, and like, for in a sense, I sort of appreciate the fact that our culture, it's a bit strange to just marry off like that. Second
Mm.
of all, she also talked about religion because, of course, she met him in March, I believe. She was pregnant by May. They were
Mm.
already living together because of the COVID situation and
No,
everything.
let's talk about the living together. That's one of the number one red flags. Moving into our house. Remember,
Someone you just met,
they met
yeah.
and he moved in immediately. That was number one red flag, to be honest. Because you know how he said he was going to buy a house. He could have stayed in his house. They could carry on dating until he
Hmm.
buys the house.
Mm.
But because of her desperation, that's why I say I
Yeah,
like this lady because she said I was desperate. I wanted a
very
kid.
accountable, and it's a lot of
Yes.
things that we're not even open to. I'll tell you an experience that I had just even this last December. I met somebody on Facebook. After that, I deleted, like, Facebook dating. And this is because, like, of course, they're like, oh, you're not putting yourself out there, you're not doing da. Okay. And something in me just felt like, you know, there's something about this guy. But in my mind, I was enjoying the fact that now I'm getting text messages, I'm getting all of this. So in a sense, just okay. And one day I went for a walk, and my inner witness was like, damn, you're settling. Cut it
Mm,
off. It
mm.
takes a lot because imagine, just being in a place of loneliness and being that vulnerable.
Yeah, that
You know, to
loneliness.
it's
Yeah.
it's something that I know that we don't like to admit because of women empowerment and all these things, and but it can be lonely. And to me, I felt like, and what's the harm? It's just, at least it's sending me text messages, doing that. But something, I
Mm,
don't know what it is, but
mm,
I just knew that something in my spirit was like, damn, you are settling. And I keep
yeah.
telling myself and my friends that are older to that we've waited this long, we might as well, like, it will now suck extremely hard if.
Well, let me tell you something, Dami. I do understand what you are feeling and what you're going through. I know it's not easy, uh, but guess what? Loneliness is bad. I mean, not bad. Loneliness is not a good feeling.
Mhm.
But you know what is worse? Being married and lonely.
Mm.
And do you want to know the number of people that are married and lonely? Oh, there are
Mm.
so many people you are living. We did a show about roommates. I'm just trying to console you in a way to know that as I like the fact that you said that if you waited this long, you want to get it right. Because
Mhm.
if you marry the wrong person, you're going to end up being married and lonely in that marriage. And now you are stuck.
Mm.
Maybe you already have a baby.
Mm.
Maybe now you can't get, you already have your finances and everything together.
I
Where are you
did.
going to go?
Mm.
You're going to think, what will people say?
Mm.
I didn't marry on time. Now I'm married. You're going to stay there and you will endure and you will suffer. God forbid, not you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mm.
please, it's better
And
to get it right.
one more thing I wanted to talk about was the love bombing. So she said, sorry, I had to listen to this whole thing. I listened to it on 2x speed
You
because
tried. You really tried. I give you kudos.
I listened to it on
Anybody that listen to this whole thing, you guys, you have my
on
love.
on 2x speed because I mean, anyways, she's a good
Even with
storyteller.
3XP, I cannot. It's too much. Opo.
There's something that she said. She said that she could. It was only after he got sick that she was able to sort of like take time to sort of like think, because he was constantly love bombing her, that and he talked a lot, that he was in her head pretty much. He was in her head pretty much. So it was until he was sick to the point that he was finding it difficult to talk because of the amount of pain that he was in. Right. So that's another thing too. That the love bombing, well, that love bombing part, maybe somebody here that can, maybe man of prestige, just can touch more on that, because how do you now tell when somebody is genuinely sort of like doting over you and just loving on you, as opposed to love bombing? Because love bombing is sort of to overwhelm you to the point that you're not seeing anything again. I don't know, maybe man of prestige can speak on that, but I found that like really really interesting, that because she was like, not until that was when she could get
When did
a
she
bit of.
leave him? When did she kick him out on his birthday? What happened? Because I didn't watch that extent. Was
Okay,
there a specific incident?
yeah, so at this point she had now started doing her research. I think there was an incident with the house thing again, 1 month incident with the house thing, and the realtor was like, he kept saying that he was going to put a cash payment on the house. When he was trying to put the cash payment, he started saying that they have to agree on the offer first before he gives them proof of funds. So one of the realtor that was dealing with them at the time, had called her, because she sort of like left it to him, because let him be the man kind of a thing, right? And so the realtor called her and was explaining. I think at this point, when she had spoke to the realtor sort of like nudged her to like, okay, whenever you guys are ready, or whenever you are ready yourself, like,
Hmm.
so I think she said when the realtor said that, it occurred to her that like the realtor was sort of like telling her that, okay, whenever you're ready to buy a house, I'll be here for
Hmm.
you. So I
Hmm.
think that sort of like triggered something. And at this point, he had told her that he was going to get a BMW car for her and all of that, blah 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 blah.
How
Eventually,
many houses did he try to buy again?
over 20. Over
No.
it was a lot. I mean, it was like the flags were. I love that she was accountable, because I was like, do you know what it is to look? You know, house is like a commitment to, like, that you go house shopping, you fall in love with the house, it's a huge it's not like you are going to the grocery store to pick up something. So
They
I
say it's
think
25 houses.
yeah,
25 houses. They view 25 houses.
like, no, it's like,
No
I
way.
it's a lot. And then
25 houses.
yes, I was
And
going
she
to talk
kept
about
believing that, that it will happen.
it will happen. And
Hmm.
so I was going to actually talk about the audio recordings. Thank you so much for mentioning that. She said that, so after that, after the realtor told her that they had gotten a car, and she now felt like, okay, it now dawned on her that, okay, she now they have taken up a bit more financial responsibility. She needed to get a better job, right? To be able to, because she now saw that, she had to see that, okay, this thing is somehow. So she got a better job than what she was getting so that she can pay for the finances of her car that he made them get, right? Which she said was a mistake. That if she had known, she wouldn't have done that. She got a new job and she works in sort of like security in the US, like Georgia Patrol or something. And so this new job required them to do, because she works in the security field,
Mm-hmm.
required them to do a background check. And usually
Mm-hmm.
with things like that, they will also background check your husband.
Right.
So when they needed his social security number, she noticed that the social security number that he gave her for their wedding is different from, for their marriage certificate is different from the social security number that he gave. Meanwhile,
Can you
when they
have
were,
two social security numbers?
no, you can't have to. When they were getting married, right, and she saw the social, which I thought it was even strange, the social security number on the marriage license. It was after they got married, she did a background check. When she did the background check, she didn't see anything, which is unusual. She didn't see past addresses, she didn't see nothing. Right. So she just felt like, okay, So when they were now doing the security check for this new business, for this new job, she now saw that, okay, it was the same, like the last six, the first three digits of the security Kenny was different. By the time she did the check, she now found his addresses, found out that he never lived in California. She found that he was divorced, divorce records, all of that, blah 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 blah. So
Somebody said, A said they both played each other. She was looking for a messiah to buy what she couldn't afford, and the guy scammed her. How can you marry a man without doing a search? I don't agree.
I don't agree too.
She was not looking for a messiah.
I don't think so.
She was just looking for love. She was
She was
looking
looking
for
for
marriage.
love. She was
She was looking for
lonely.
she was looking for a family. She wasn't looking
Yeah.
for a messiah.
She wasn't looking for a messiah. Yeah.
Okay?
Because
Just because he changed tire doesn't mean that she's looking for a messiah. It was the guy that came with his big, big ideas and big, big lies about buying a 600,000 house and all that. She was happy in her little house and her life. She had a job. She was not a liability.
yeah, she had
And
issues.
what is wrong with, wanting more for yourself? If you're going to join together with someone, shouldn't you be aspiring to be better as a couple than
Yeah.
how you are as a single person? I
Yeah.
disagree completely with that.
And if you're going to remain on the same level when you get, like, to me, the way I look at marriage is that it's supposed to be an amplifier. It amplifies anything. So
She
if
didn't
I'm,
ask the man to lie. He was
yeah,
the one that came up with the lies that he's a VP, he's going to buy a house. All she wanted was a family. And that's why I kept saying at the beginning of the show that if the guy, this Legion, came as he was, as a forklift driver, she would have still taken him because he was doing what she wanted. He was providing, he was paying bills, he was working.
mm,
She didn't ask him to lie. So how can you say she was that they played each other? I think that's not a very fair assessment of her.
yeah, I don't think so. I want to talk about the recordings. Like,
Yeah, please.
to me, I saw that as, if I feel the need that I have to record or document something, is that I feel like there's a danger ahead.
Mm,
So even me, sometimes it happens, like, because I run my own business, I run my own platform, so I'm used to documenting a lot of things, right? If I'm doing that, is that I have a feeling that something is going to happen. So it's to reference. So to me, I saw that because I think it's unusual that she felt like she needed to start keeping a video diary. And that's because she felt like, she felt like she was losing it, but she couldn't sort of like,
yeah, because she knew. You know why she started doing the video diaries?
mm-hmm. I mean, the
Because she
voice diary.
said that something is not right. She knew it. Her instinct told her, her intuition told her, that woman's sixth sense told her, "Pay this thing." She knew. You know, the first house, I didn't even get to all the 22 houses that you people are talking about. It's only one house that I listened to. She kept saying that, she called the realtor, she started asking questions, and she knew that something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me that she ignored a lot of the red flags because she wanted what he was telling her to be true, I will agree with you. but that she was, she too was trying, they used each other or she got played because, no, I don't agree.
Even at some point with the house situation, she got to a point where like she knew, like even before she came to that realization that okay, these lies are unprovoked, like she knew that she was now creating excuses for him.
Look at
Like
the lie that I'm talking to my brother every day. That is such
why?
a senseless lie.
Why?
Exactly. Ask yourself, why do you lie that you're talking to your brother every day? He wants to meet you. I can't wait to
And you
take
would
you to.
laugh. She would say, "Greet your brother for me." After she would say,
Eh,
"Ooh,"
yeah,
like that
the
takes a lot
guy,
of effort. The
it's not
same time every
well.
single day, at the
Yeah.
same time in the morning every single. That
Every
is a
single
lot of
day.
effort.
He's saying, I'm
That
talking to my brother, I'm talking to my friends, faking phone calls. Are you going to blame her for that? That, okay, you can probably say, why didn't you say, oh, can I say hello to your brother? Like Dami said, how are you going to be talking to your brother every day? And I'm not going to say, oh, me too at this point. I need to talk. I need to talk to your brother, but
that
I think something in her knew,
yeah
but she didn't want to follow through. Maybe, sometimes how we women, we want it to be true,
yeah
that this thing that we're on is true. Mm.
yeah.
Thank you, Dami.
Yeah,
Mm.
good. Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you, my darling. Don't worry. Don't give up hope. Your miracle is around the
No,
corner.
I'm not giving up, but sometimes it gets lonely. It gets
But
like
don't, please, all those lists that you have of somebody that will change tire and put
uh,
petrol, it's
uh,
not part of the deal.
uh,
Okay?
it's
You
part
you
of
keep putting your petrol by yourself, but when you come home, you collect. Don't worry.
the men. At least it should compensate somehow. But
He will compensate. Definitely will compensate,
there
but
are some parts that I don't
he
want to
might
be
not be
doing.
changing tires. He might just be might just be, other areas. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's fine. As far as I don't have to now. I have to do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know.
Yeah.
It's well.
All
It
right.
is well with
Bye.
you, my darling. God bless you. Love you very much. Princess Dami. Dami is a princess, oh. She's a proper owned. Is it Ondo? Yeah, I think she's Ondo princess. She's in Canada. Thank you, Princess Dami. Love you very much. Honey, babe, I can't believe I knew there's no way you're going to miss this show today.
People
Ha!
are people are triggering me in the comment section. They're triggering me. Hello, Auntie B.
Honey,
Um,
babe, calm down, calm down, calm
I
down.
thought the whole point is that because she took accountability,
Yeah.
yeah, that people would understand. Because the thing is, yeah, we can all come from the point of view of, oh, she should have done this. She was looking for money. Like I said, everybody makes a choice about the standards that they want. She decided that she wanted someone that would pay her bills. How are you saying that that is something that she's overreaching based on that? There's nothing
Mm.
wrong with you deciding that you want someone that will
She
pay
doesn't
the
have
bills.
low self-esteem. You guys stop
No,
it.
she's not
She
asking for.
doesn't.
She's not asking for
People
stadium
are
or
just projecting
helicopter.
different things on this woman. Moon goddess, she
Yeah,
does not have low
I am.
self-esteem.
It's not self-esteem. I
She
think it's
said
bad.
she said what she wanted. She
She
wanted
said
a
what she
family.
wanted.
Why are
Yeah,
you people trying to add salt and pepper to it now? This
she.
woman
That's
already said, this is what I wanted. I wanted a family. I wanted a husband.
yes,
I was
yes.
desperate. It's
She,
simple.
and what I don't understand is that we all say about take accountability, take accountability. She's taken accountability and she's saying that she made wrong choices. I ask anybody in this comment section, would they be able to put their hand on their heart and say
No,
that I messed up?
no.
Doubt if many of you would do the same thing. The
Yeah,
fact is, she made really bad choices. But what I respect is the fact that she puts her hand up and says, I made a bad choice.
yeah.
And she decided to leave. Many of the women, many women, especially African women, you're saying that, oh, she should have, that African women would ask questions. Yes, they would. But they were still staying in that marriage for the next 20, 30, 40 years. I
Hmm.
respect the fact that both Portia and this lady put their hand up, said they made a mistake, and got out of that
No, don't
relationship.
use Portia, please. Portia is a bad example.
I'm saying in the fact that she decided that she made a bad choice and she wants to leave the relationship.
Which bad choice? Oh, Portia is not a good
That's what
example.
I'm
Let's not use
saying.
Portia. Let's not use Portia.
It's very, very
Portia is a
frustrating.
money grabbing
Yeah, we know that, but at least
person.
she
So
decided
forget
that when
about
she's
Portia.
tired,
I know
when she's
Portia has a
ready,
lot of Portia. Don't call Portia. Portia has a lot of fans here, but please,
I like her because she's like cutthroat. and she decided that she didn't want to be with someone that is going to pull her down. And I respect the fact that she made a choice to end it.
But
I
she
don't
was
feel
there
that,
when they were flying all over the place and enjoying
no, of
the
course
criminal
not.
money.
I just think that we should
Is she
show
not a
empathy.
criminal herself? Why did she enjoy the criminal money? Did she
Fair
wants to,
enough.
what business is Simon?
Fair
Honey babe,
enough. But
please
at
let's
least
speak
at
to
the end of
Reesa
the day,
today. Let me
she
not
has
even go to Posha.
but at least at the end of the day, she knows that she messed up and she's doing something about it. Yes, she was enjoying the criminal life, but that's for a different show. Back to what I said, we should have empathy when people say they have messed up. Do
Yes,
we
I'm
want a
hearing you. I
situation
hear
where we
you.
just,
But the similarity with Posha is, to me, no,
yeah,
I don't agree. Mm-mm.
okay, fine. But I still believe that we should cut the lady some slack.
I
She,
totally embrace
as I said, I
her
give
vulnerability, her
the
honesty.
fact that she has come onto social media and said, listen, I've messed up. These are the lessons that can be learned is not for many of these women are in messed up marriages, suffering, probably have been lied to just as much as her, but will be commenting and chatting rubbish and nonsense. I think is out of order because
Sisi said that she found out about Reesa found out about all the lies that Legion told earlier on, but continued to help him with the lie. What do you say
I
about
agree
that?
with that, but she eventually realized she has messed. You're not getting me. She eventually realized that she has messed up, and she has now decided that I've had enough. I am moving on. Maybe it took her 15 months to get there, but we should not condemn the fact that she has made that decision, realized that she's made a bad choice, and is trying to get out of it. Many women will still stay in disgusting, toxic relationships where the man is lying on a daily basis. You can't dispute that, and it's mostly our African sisters that are doing that.
It's
So
not
I
only
think
African sister. Is she African sister? Maybe she's African American. Women all over the
yeah,
world put up with a lot of all this BS.
I know. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say that I like the fact that she has decided that, you know what, I've messed up. I should have never been in this relationship. She has said it. She missed the red flags. And I think that is very judgmental. And I used to be like that. But being on this show has made me change. Not
Right.
everybody's like me. Not everybody's
Mm.
like CC. Not everybody's like you, Auntie B. Everyone is at a different pace in terms of dealing with a toxic relationship. Me and you, I can say that, okay, I see something, I get out of it very quickly. Another person it would take them time to realize that, oh my gosh, I've made a mistake.
Some
I
people
need
want to
to,
change the other person. Yeah.
yeah, it
They
takes
or
different
wait
people.
for them to change, of which
Yeah,
people
and,
never change
another
anyway.
thing and another thing I will say in terms of the guy, I'm seeing it from I'm not condoning his behavior. People need to understand that he does have a mental illness. When I was working in a mental health hospital, when I was thinking of doing the nursing degree, you see many people lying, and they're lying like they actually believe what they're saying. And so people need to understand he's not a scammer. He has a mental illness. So people need to understand that. Yes, he's very intelligent. My son is autistic. As I said, he has a sense need, but he has a photographic memory and he knew his timetables when he was 5. He's in the top class already. He has a very high IQ. So what I'm trying to say is that you can have learning difficulties or you can have a mental illness and still be very intelligent. That's where I'm coming
Okay.
from. So we need
All
to
right.
understand the fact that it's a mental illness.
So we should give him some grace for that.
No, not in a grace, but I think when you're saying he's a scammer, that's intentional. When you have a mental illness, and he refuses to take the meds, according to the commentary I've been seeing on different platforms. So that is contributing to the way that he's behaving and the fact that he's having these pathological lies and he's actually believing the lies. That is part of his mental illness. I'm not
Right.
giving him a pass. I think people need to understand the
They need to take
context.
him out of the dating circle. They need
Yeah,
to take him out
personally,
and put him on
I
some
personally think it should be sectioned.
treatment.
It
Yeah.
should be a session and it should be assessed for
They're
treatment.
not going to section him. It's not a threat to anybody's life. Who's going to section him?
I understand, but I mean, there's some ramifications of what he's
No.
doing that is
You
affecting
can't
people.
section somebody except they are a threat to themselves or other people. That's when you section
Okay.
them. But I
Well,
get what you mean. Yeah, I get
I
what you
just think
mean.
that something needs to be assessed in that thing. But back to the lady in question, I think we should try and show more empathy. I don't like the fact that us as women were now laughing at her expense and saying, oh, why was she stupid? because like I said, you don't know what you're going to do in that situation. I hope when you're judging her that you are not in that situation. How would you react? So we need to be
Right.
very, very careful and just show some empathy, because
Yeah.
the fact that she took accountability and she's telling us, don't do what I did. She's
Yeah.
holding her hands up and exposing her vulnerability to the world. That should be I think that we should congratulate her that she's been bold enough to
She's
say, I
out.
messed up,
She's like,
rather than
the part that I'm happy about. The most part that I'm happy about is the fact that, as sad as it was that she lost her baby, having that
yes,
baby would have tied her to this man for life. And
yes,
mental
yes,
illness can be genetic as well. It's
yes,
hereditary as well.
definitely, definitely.
But
I think as
God was
mhm,
still on her side. She kept saying in
yes,
the video that, she was brought up in the church and she felt guilty living with a man that she's not married to and everything that
yes,
it bothered her.
yes.
God was still watching her. It just goes to tell us that
Even
even
with
in
her bad
sin,
choices, yeah, even with her bad choice, and that's what I'm saying. None of
mm,
us are Jesus. None of us are super women. As much as we say that, yes, we will never do that. You never know until you're in that situation.
we have weaknesses. Everybody has their weaknesses, and
Exactly. This was her weakness. She's a
it's God
very
that helps
intelligent,
us.
lovely woman. She had
Yeah.
a weakness, and I think that we should, the same way the guys have the bro code. Why don't we have the sis code and say, you know what, you messed up, girl, but we now, we're on your side. Thanks for being accountable, and learn
People
from
cannot,
learn from it.
the thing about that is that I understand what you're saying, honey babe, but you can't control people's reaction. The thing about this story is
Yeah,
that once you
yeah,
put it out there, oh, you would think that people will say, "Oh, you go, girl."
yeah. That's what I was
You got
thinking.
out in the end, but no, you can't. People will react the way they want to react.
I
Sometimes
do.
people
I
are
know.
projecting
I
their
agree.
own personal issues and personal, relationships. Even the fact that she took accountability does not matter to some people. They will just
No, it
come for her.
doesn't. No, no, it
Unfortunately,
doesn't.
yeah.
Which is really sad, because I know that someone mentioned about the looks, and some
Folks
I
are very critical. Very on this Ambassador internet. Honey, babe, let me move on, Jerry, because of time.
have
Thank
no
you so
problem
much, my
answering you.
darling. I
All
love
right,
you. I
thank you.
appreciate
Take
you.
care.
God bless you, my darling. Okay, I'm going to end very, very soon. I promised. I was telling the kids just now, babe, I'm not doing more than an hour and a half, and it's almost an hour and a half. Osage, welcome.
Good evening.
Hello, Sato. Is that you?
Yeah, this is me. Mine. I've been watching your shows for about, I think, 3 months now, and I realized that it's a platform that women can, and every gender could learn a lot of lessons from. So what I just want to say is, I wouldn't blame the victim. I mean, I agree with the last speaker where she mentioned that the guy has got a mental health illness.
Where are you
So
joining us from, Sato?
I'm joining from Russia, from Moscow, Russia.
No way.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
right.
You live in Russia. Are you a student?
Yeah, I was a student, but right now I'm no longer a student. I now work here.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you safe there?
Yeah, quite safe. It's safe here. It's very safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just mentioning the name is putting palpitation in my heart for you. But if you say you are safe, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quite safe.
Okay.
The Western, like
Put your hand anytime that you feel unsafe, please raise your hand up and shout. We'll be here to rescue you and get you out.
it's fine. It's fine.
Welcome. Thank you, my
Yeah,
darling.
thank you. So like I was saying, I agree with the last caller that the guy has got a mental health illness. So, and that was why, some people, they do not know that they lie a lot. So
Mm-hmm,
it has been part of him.
mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of a way, I wouldn't say the lady too, that because I was listening to the story, and
Mm-hmm.
at a point in time I had to forward it because um let me not start blaming the victim now, but she's got a kind of fault too, because there were a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
But the fact that what she wanted actually blindfolded her, and she
Yeah.
never realized that,
Yeah.
okay, these were red flags. Like you mentioned that, okay, in the Western world, that I mean,
Mhm.
it's not quite common for men to take all the bills, like to pay all the bills. And
Mm-hmm.
she's seeing this like an opportunity. I wouldn't say she's an opportunist, but she wanted more than what she has also got herself. So
So she liked what the guy was providing. The part
right,
that he played in her life was good. It felt good.
exactly. And that
Yeah.
blindfolded her to
Yeah.
actually like walk on the red flags she's
Yeah.
been seeing, as she has seen as well.
Yeah.
So another point is the fact that the guy, I mean, there are some guys like that. I wouldn't say there are lots of guys. There are some guys, like men like that,
Yeah.
who like started relationship based up on lies. And
Right.
for ladies, I would like more of our women to have like mental um emotional intelligence. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
when you have this emotional, I understand the fact that like a lot of ladies are now having this lot of are now having this emotional intelligence where they could decode that okay, I think this isn't right for me, because the fact that
Mm-hmm.
I've seen these red flags,
Mm-hmm.
I believe this wouldn't be right for me and this is not right for me. So
Absolutely.
because sometimes as women, our emotions sometimes cloud.
Blind. It's not
the-
sometimes, it's always all the time.
Yes,
Women
so
are emotional, and those emotions, they are our greatest weaknesses.
exactly. So
Yeah.
if we could have more emotional intelligence, and we shouldn't let our weaknesses overcloud what we are facing. I'm saying weaknesses in the sense that what we're facing right now. For example, you're lady, you're looking up to getting married and you're not married yet, you're feeling that you're lonely. Sometimes do not let, because yeah, it's reality, but then you have to be emotional intelligent. So when
Hmm.
you're emotional intelligent, you can decode these things and you can decide what is right for you. And when you're seeing red flags, so you just had to let this person go. So that's my, I mean, short
Wow. Thank you
contribution
so much.
to the
So this
discussion.
is the book, number one red flag. You can get it in
Mhm.
Russia. Go on Amazon, you find it.
No,
It
all
is by
right.
Lola and Ola. So get it, give it to your friends,
Okay.
let them read it. Number one red flag. It's written by our brother here. He's right in the studio. His name is Ola. He wrote it with his wife. You need to learn
Oh,
about red
that's
flags so
cool.
that when those emotions are doing you, wuru, 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 they are doing you, you shift them
Mhm.
aside and say, no, this is red flag. Ola taught me about red flag. This is red flag.
Right.
Thank you so much,
All
Osato.
right.
Really
Thanks.
appreciate you. Thank you
All
so much.
right. Okay.
Please call us again. I did enjoy talking to you. You're amazing.
It's fine. Thanks
God
for
bless
having
you.
me. All
Thank you,
right. You
Ladi.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that's Osato Osage from Russia. Oh my goodness. Our rich, eh? Not be God. Now, if about from Russia to where? To Indonesia, to Philippines, India, everywhere. People are watching Obodooyinbo TV. God is good. Man of prestige. Okay. You have 5 minutes. I'm hanging up. Welcome, my brother.
Auntie B, thank you so much for that, for the
Yes.
promotion. Thank you so much. I
went to,
appreciate you.
I went to bring out this book because we are talking about red flags. Reesa refused to
Yes.
follow red flags, and that's why we are here. So I'm
Thank you so
promoting number
much.
one red flag today. Mm.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shewa.
Akuku wa adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. It's almost Friday, so I'm feeling good.
That's good. That's good. Yes. Yeah. I said make I jump in really quickly before because I know you're trying to be on time. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh God. So Bulasaro, you didn't see. I thought you were doing it a few days ago, so I was a little discombobulated with my schedule, but I'm here. So where are we with this conversation? What did we
Is
conclude
it my
to?
internet or is yours, Ola? One person
I
is not.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you, but it's like it's fading and coming back. Okay,
Oh,
shoot. Go ahead.
okay. All right. Good. So I'm asking like, where did we conclude today? Like, are we saying, are we getting the clearer picture of this situation uh, with this woman? Abi, we're still very confused. I wanted to know what, because I just came in like maybe about 30 minutes ago. Started listening about 30 minutes ago.
And no, there's a lot of conclusions here now about the red flags. She ignored the red flags. All the red flags, she ignored them. She was aware of them. She knew something wasn't quite adding up, but she ignored them because of the benefits. And because she herself had come out to say that she was desperate, she wanted a family, and the guy was, paying bills and all that. So she did ignore that. And the guy also wasn't well. That's another thing that we need to bear in mind. Honey Babe just reminded us. He was ill.
Yeah.
So this is not just regular. These are this is the effort he put into manufacturing those lies.
It's too
It
much
was a lot.
for a normal person. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not just
he's not a
normal
normal
lies.
person. Yeah, the guy is not well. All right. It's not all right. So yeah. Well, and I also said at the beginning of the show that sometimes rotten things comes in very nice packages. They package it well, but if you dig deep, you will see that it's completely rotten on the inside. Somebody said in the comment section that the guy was actually everything he was saying was his brother's life.
Yes, that's true.
That
Because
the brother
eventually
is
she
the
told
one
the
that is the
story of the twins.
VP, is the brother that everything he said was his brother's life.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. That's something she found out later on. Yeah, it's crazy, But anyway, my own take, Sha, is that we can't avoid that there will be legions in this world. You will never be able to know if they are. It won't matter so much if they are intentional. It won't matter so much if they are sick, right? You go collect, same thing. You will waste a lot of your life, and you're putting yourself, especially when it's a sick person, you put yourself in harm's way when you become. Did you mute? Are you mute? You're muted.
Is his twin brother? Somebody says his twin brother. He has a twin brother. Is a twin.
He has a twin brother. Yes.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. He has a twin brother.
This story should go in. If they can do Tinder swindler, they should do this into a.
He has a twin brother that's, I think they said 20 minutes older or something like that.
Oh my God.
That means if that person is 20 minutes older, that means he's the Kinde. The other person is Tai. Twins.
Wow.
That's what they call twins where we're from. Yeah, so yeah.
They say he created. Yang say he created two imaginary sisters for himself.
The moment he lied about life and pai, the moment she started talking about this guy would lie about things that has to do with life and the ultimate, that this person is not operating from the ordinary,
Yeah.
And then when you connect that with the fact that they are able to look normal.
Ola, is your network? Your network.
My network. No.
Yeah.
I'm here. Is it my network? Can everybody else hear me?
It's breaking up along the way. We're hearing you, but it's breaking up.
Let me see here.
The twin brother is a VP, has a big house and family, drives a nice car. Oh my God. Oh my show. So he was basically selling the life of his twin brother.
Yep.
Oh my show. I feel sorry for him now. Chai.
So he might have been the black sheep of his family too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
My internet is 3 digits, so 3 digits on both ends, Auntie B.
Okay, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I think he seems to have been the black sheep of his family because of all the issues from his background. And they kept saying, I sent you a video, I don't know if you saw it, the last video that she did, like an update, saying that the brother reached out.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
And that he was a sick person. At the end of that video kind of confused me because
she said the brother, now told her everything that happened. Yeah, in terms of how he's been ill. It was the brother that told her that he has all these diagnoses mentally, he's not well, and how the parents tried to help him, and that they've not spoken since I think their dad died or something like that.
Right. And then she ended it with, they said, F that mother effer. I'm like, wait, you said he's sick. Why are you still, it was kind of confusing there, but, these are all this. I just think she has the right to feel the way she feels when somebody, regardless of where they're coming from.
I'll carry on. I'm going to take a comfort break.
Okay, I know Allah. She has the right to feel the way she felt, because regardless of what causes a person to try to what causes a person to victimize you like that, she has the right to feel the way she feels, but she also has the right to do what she needs to do so that she doesn't become a target. And then the rest of us have the right to look at this a little bit closer than just this is the victim and this is the perpetrator. Like, what are the lessons we can learn from this? Because the reality is that the legions of this world, they're not going anywhere. There's too many factors, involved, and people. Hold on. I'm looking at the chat too. There are too many factors, and the only thing you can really control, your point of leverage, is always working on yourself. I know there was quite a bit of argument about self-esteem, if she has self-esteem or not, or low self-esteem, I should say, or not. Listen, we can only, this is what, a 500-minute story. There's only so much we can know about her, right? The person that's telling that story does not demonstrate a person with low self-esteem presently, okay? But the story she told us, where she's coming from, there's definitely some issue of self-worth there, from what she admitted to, which is why she kept saying, this might make me look bad. This might make me look bad, But at least she was able to garner enough courage and confidence to come and share that story. So that's always deserving of applause, So okay.
Okay, Jare.
Yeah. So, but she's definitely is coming from a place of low self-worth, which is literally what low self-esteem is. Admitting.
You think so? I did argue that she doesn't. I don't think she has low self-esteem. It was just desperation.
Well, that's one is symptom, one is an effect, right? One is a cause, one is an effect, right? So there's if what she's admitted to is essentially what low self-esteem, that's what they do, low self-worth.
I don't think so. There's an age a woman gets to. Like, you were not here when Dami called us earlier on, and she said that she could relate to this lady in a lot of ways, because she's a woman in her 30s, mid-30s, going to your late 30s, and you just want to have a family.
Yeah, everything you are saying is moving in the direction of low self-esteem. Because
no, it's not low self-esteem. That's not low self-esteem. That's real need.
So let me explain. So I can't diagnose a person for low self-esteem. But in the first place, I don't even know if it's a diagnosis, right?
The fact that you want something and you want it desperately doesn't mean that you have low self-esteem.
No, it doesn't.
It's a need.
No, it doesn't. What I am saying is that if you're willing to put yourself at risk, right? If you're willing to go after something, some kind of desire at the detriment of yourself, something is off there. Now, if you can label that low self-esteem, I don't know. What I'm saying is that low self-esteem is a very broad thing. It creates certain types of behavior. You see what I'm saying? If a person is maltreating you, or they are, quote unquote, what's the word? abuse, and you can't find it in you to remove yourself, yeah, that's spelling low self-esteem.
I disagree, but let's agree to disagree tonight.
It's very similar to insecurity. Men often have a hard time admitting that they have insecurity. I don't have a problem admitting that. I think we all have insecurity in one area of our life or the other. There's some things we feel insecure about.
Somebody understand me. Sissy was asking that, she was asking me a question in the comment section that we're about the same age. What's the difference between me and her? So the difference between you and her, I've already put it there, Sissy, is that you have kids, right?
Oh, yeah, it's different.
So there are some needs that women have, like you want a family. The reason why most women want a family, apart from just having a husband, is because we want to have children, okay?
Yeah.
And when you have children, and you are not married, you tend to be a little bit more satisfied than somebody who doesn't have both. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So the children are a buffer for you, because children give women joy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you already have children, you're like, okay, so that it meets the need that you have, that maternal need
Yes,
that you
you're
have.
secured in that sense. You
Yeah,
feel
you're secure
secured
in
in that
that sense.
sense.
And also, you are looking at your age, that at this age now, at least I already have kids. Now you want to get married. You want to have
Yeah,
a partner. So that's fine. But when
yeah.
you don't have kids, you don't have a partner, you're not married at a certain age, the pressure is real.
It is. It is. It's
So
it's the same thing.
let's
It's
not
very
trick
similar
kids.
to a man who does not have his life set up in terms of finances, his house in order, and he start to like he doesn't have the career he wants. Once he starts to get certain age, if you don't have what you want, you start to question your abilities, right? You start to
Yes,
question. So
exactly.
it starts to make you feel insecure. And when you are insecure, you attract all type of nonsense because there's more than enough of nonsense in this life.
Brother Ben is asking a question. He said, does it mean that all the women who marry terrible men have low self-esteem?
That's why I said low self-esteem is a broad thing. Like we can't like remember I'm not tagging her with low self-esteem right now. What I am saying is that what she just told us in the story is not too far from low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Admissive by herself. She admitted it. That's why she kept saying this is gonna make me
She was
look bad.
desperate. Yeah, she was desperate.
Yes.
Nika said, I don't think she has low self-esteem. She went for what she wanted, but failed to see it was a lie. Actually, she actually knew, but condoned it. I think that's the point that Sissy was arguing with, because she knew. She sensed it. She kept saying something was not right, so she knew, but she ignored it.
If you know that you deserve better, but you can't find it to yourself to go for better and let go of things that are not better, that is moving in the direction of low self-esteem.
So men will never understand. You might empathize, but you will never understand what it is for a woman who desires to have a family at a certain age. Do you know why? There's a power that comes with you being a man. Okay, being born a man biologically gives you, power in this world. I don't know if you agree with me, Ola. You know why?
No,
The
no, I
power
agree.
comes in terms of
We have different
relationship.
experience at least.
Yeah, no, no, no. In terms of relationship, because you are the one who gets to say, I want to marry this person.
Right. So what they say is that they said we control access to marriage and relationships, and women
And
control
that is a
access
huge asset. That's a
to
huge
sex.
power. That's a huge power, Ola. It is a huge power. If a man wants to marry today, they just need to just find a girl that they want. They like the girl.
Really? You think?
No, no, not just. I'm saying that it's
Okay.
as easy as that if you want to. People do that. Literally, they go to the village and their mothers will just pick out a girl for them and it's done. I'm not saying it's simple like that if you want
Yeah.
to, but I'm
I
just
know
trying
what
to
you
say
mean. I know
that
what you mean.
for a man, the process is simplistic like that. It can be, potentially.
It can be. I agree with the it
I'm
can
not
be
saying that
part.
it's easy to find the right person. That's a
Right.
different ball game.
Because that's not
Okay?
what the men are saying these days. That's why I'm saying that. That's not what the men are saying.
What
The
are they
men,
saying?
the men are whining. They are complaining bitterly. Go see
What is
wife
that?
material. Go see wife material. Ngoro. That's what they are doing now.
Wahala, wahala, wahala,
Yeah.
wahala.
Yeah, they're
A man
complaining.
can wake up and literally say, today, I'm getting married.
We have two different. This life is a double standard. We have two different experiences. There are some things that are what you just described. You're right. It's super easier for a man to get away with a lot because with a lot, but also the same thing is true for women in different arenas of life.
No, we're talking about marriage. Let's be
Marriage.
specific.
It's not that simple for men to get married. Not nowadays. It's not. I don't know how in what angle you are saying it, but no, I don't agree that it's simple for them to get married right now. I think the fear is actually everywhere. I think a lot of it is fear, a lot of it is low self-esteem, a lot of it is insecurity on all sides, right? And social media is not helping either. There's not enough positive.
Ola, this
So,
man that we're talking about, this Legion, that I'm sorry and saying,
uh-huh.
as we are talking now, do you believe that there will be women all over his DM now telling him that they are interested in him? Would you believe that? As we speak,
with this, like just because of this story,
even with this story that
if
is
they
not
know
viral.
if they know about this story, I
Yes,
doubt it.
they know him because of this story, but they will still be in his DM. They will still be chasing him, sending him messages that they want him. Do you believe that?
I think women get a lot more DMs from desperate men, not for marriage, for sex, than a man will ever get. For marriage, I don't think women are I
Ola,
don't think
Tony,
women are approaching people for
no.
marriage in
Come on
DMs.
now. They will. Is it not my gender? Women that go to
I'm
prison and go and
struggling
marry
here, Auntie B.
people that are locked up in prison. They will go and be writing down letter that they want to marry them. Is it not my gender?
Okay, you're talking about specific types of people. That's not a general thing now. You're talking about specific type of people. I don't think if you're in this chat and you've ever DM'd, ladies especially, if you
So
ever
ladies don't
DM'd,
DM men. Is that what you're saying? That ladies
no,
don't DM men?
they can admit to it to me now. Maybe they
Do you
can.
do you remember that what's his
Uh-huh.
name? Let's bring him.
For marriage, particularly for marriage, because that's what you said.
Not marriage. Now, Shebi will start from somewhere. Is it not
Okay.
relationship that
For
they
friendship,
will
let's
just
even
jump to
start with
marriage?
friendship. The first stage is friendship. Let's start
Ola,
with friendship.
why are you doing like this now? Hmm.
No.
Women
Is
will
there
come to
women that?
lesion. What I'm trying to tell you is that with everything that
Uh-huh.
Reesa has told us,
Uh-huh.
lesion.
They will
That's
still
the
chase after
power.
Legion.
That's the power I'm telling you that men have this. I think it's God given, it's genetic because of their gender. You have this power.
Women can't even toast man. Simple toast man.
Who told you?
Women
Who told you
don't
that?
toast till today.
Who told you that?
Are women toasting men? I'm asking. We've had this conversation here before now.
Make Ola they play.
On a general scale, can
Ola,
women
they
on a
play.
general
They
scale? I
play.
know women that toast. I know women that toast women exist, right? That toast men. But on a general scale, is that a thing? I mean, bring me up to speed. Maybe I'm completely
Ola,
out of touch
I don't
here.
even know what you're talking about. Let me tell you something. Israel, the videos, whatever he is to the video that is the one that's always following the video up and down, calling him Oga. Even though I think he's older than the video, but
Uh-huh.
who cares? Na money now. He pays his salaries for
Right,
paying
right,
him.
right. Uh-huh.
Beauty by Alicia say even the Tinder swindler had admirers when the story came out. This is not our agenda. Let me tell you something. Israel was
Uh-huh.
busy. He was on social media bitching about his ex-wife and the family. Every day he was trolling the mother, insulting the parents and everything.
Right.
Women were sliding into his DM. He was posting them. Did you not see it?
That's a different story now, Auntie B.
No. But it's the same thing now. Somebody that is going through a messy divorce. Why would a woman Tori Ekpe be sliding into their DM to say, "Don't worry, if she doesn't want you, I want you."
So you're also saying that a lot of women out there, they will slide into
The facts.
that they will be sliding DM with all these
Oh
crazy
my
men.
goodness, Ola, please. A lot of women that they don't even know their left from right.
I
Man,
agree that a lot of women are desperate today. I agree that a lot of people, because that's the same thing we're saying. When we say low self-esteem, and you say no, it's not low
somebody said
self-esteem.
that,
They're just
Ola,
desperate. It's like we're agreeing.
Ola, they say you did 50 years behind. That's what somebody said to you.
Maybe I could be out of touch. You know,
If you think that
I'm all here. I'm all ears. I'm listening.
you say women know they chase men. Are you serious? Ola, what generation? What are you talking about? Women are chasing men per minute per second.
That is not true at a general scale. It's not true. It's not true now.
Okay.
It's not true. Now, when I said it's
Even
not true,
only
you said
your number one supporter. I say you are here.
you said specifically for marriage, right?
It's not married. You will not go and meet a man and say, "Marry me now." Maybe you will start from.
But that's the end
friendship or
goal.
whatever.
As in,
Of
like, if
course.
if they see husband material, they will shoot their shot.
No. That's husband material is that's too much qualification.
It's too
Man,
much.
if they see a man,
If
that
they
they
see a
love,
man
a man, just a man.
I think men. The older men get, the more they attract women generally. Okay.
They say this guy is 6 foot waiting, 6'4".
But
He's tall again, and he's not bad looking. Look at him. The brother looks good.
it's a fine boy. You know, it's a fine boy. He might be attracting women in his DM. I don't know. What I'm talking about is generally speaking, right? Women struggle with ordinary shoot your shot. Put yourself in a position. so that the men of your dreams can see you. They struggle with that, but we're
I don't
changing
think you.
our
I
mouth
don't.
today.
I don't think you. I don't even know what you are saying because these days, these days,
I will
it's just
remind us when we say it again. Shebi, I'll be back here. I will remind us when we say it. Remember when we talk about how do you seduce? How do you remember that conversation? Suddenly, all of you know how to seduce now today, right, Abby? Is that what you're saying today?
this one is in the public domain now. He's very popular now. He's out there.
So you're talking about the interest. So you're talking about again public figures because you mentioned Israel.
Of course now, because it's out
Oh,
there
if you're
now.
talking about Israel and the legions, yeah, there are certain type of women that will slide in their DMs just because of the status and the money and all of that. But that's why I kept saying it's not true at a general scale. It is not true at a general scale. I don't agree that women are just running around sliding in DMs.
Okay.
I think it's the opposite. I think men are sliding in DMs, and I think not necessarily, but I agree that it's not necessarily for marriage. Sometimes they are sliding in DMs because they are looking to smash. Okay, in fact, majority of the time that's the truth. But if you're saying this auntie right here, particularly going back to this auntie right here, you're trying to excuse her that she was just desperate. It wasn't low self-esteem. I agree. Okay, we don't have to use the terminology low self-esteem.
I don't think
She
she
was
has.
desperate.
Personally, I think she was desperate. She wanted a
Okay.
marriage, and the guy, the love he showed her is something she wanted, even though she knew that there was something wrong. But I don't think she had low self, because if she had low self-esteem, why did she come out to tell the story?
No, you're talking about now, presently. That woman seemed like somebody that's gone through some work.
Yes.
Okay, so but when she was going through that, that's a different person.
Yeah, that's true.
She had to have gone through some healing before she can come and tell this story in the way she was so composed. She was very articulate. She
Yes.
was eloquent, and she delivered. And she's about to make a lot of money doing
Okay.
that.
Maybe she has low
But if she was that woman that was just narrating right now, there's no way she would
I
have
agree
been
that
in that
she's
situation.
she was very, very, like, she's done some work on herself. She's healed, and that's why she was saying whatever you say to me now, it doesn't matter
It was
because
just bouncing off because she
yeah,
cared.
because she's
Yep.
done the work. Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. It's
Yep.
possible. Okay, I'll let that go. Let's summarize. 4 minutes.
Me 4 minutes for you. Me, I want you to go and rest.
Okay, 3
From
minutes. It's down to 3 minutes now. I want to end at
right.
2 hours.
I think what you should pay attention to is make sure you're not a walking red flag. Make sure you're not a walking red flag. You're absolutely right. The older you get, just in general, of course, the story is different from men to women. The older you get, the more you have insecurities that comes from a different angle entirely, right? So does that mean you should be desperate? No, now you are shooting back yourself on the legs the other direction. We don't want you to do that. What we want you to do is work on yourself. Work on your ability to love yourself, your ability to respect yourself, and that ultimately translates to self-worth, self-esteem, all those nice things. The point of leverage here is self-improvement, self-development, reading books, engaging content like this, learning, and but also making sure you're not just thinking about this as there's nothing you can do today. If I told you a secret right now and you go try to implement that secret right now, it's not going to help you. It's something that has to happen over time, over a period of time. And you have to put yourself out there, also make some mistakes. Because if you don't make mistakes, now, what level of mistakes? Obviously, I don't want you to attract a legion because some people might never come back from a legion, right? So imagine that she lost a baby in that process. Imagine that she could have lose her life dealing with somebody who was not healthy mentally, right? So we don't want you to go that far, but put yourself out there, get to know people, just work on yourself. I know it sounds very pragmatic. It sounds very vague, but we need your particular set of stories before we can give you something that's customized for you, because we don't want to generalize. Everybody's experience is different. But after a while, you will start to see some patterns here. And that's why you see some people saying she was desperate. You don't want to be that
So
desperate
she said
person.
it. She said it herself.
Right. So
She
the
said,
way,
I was desperate and I
yes.
wanted a family.
Right. So we don't have to agree that it was low self-esteem, but we can agree that we all need to have a certain level of self-confidence, right? Because that's just sexy. Healthy people want to be around it. Cowards like a legion would not want to be around you if you have a certain level of self-confidence. And the only way you get that kind of confidence is to educate yourself on an ongoing basis, not just reading books. You need to be out here and be meeting people, get to know people. And if something smells fishy, it probably is fishy. It's okay to back off, even if it's temporarily, before, so you can see what's happening. The older you get, you have to be a little bit more intentional with this kind of stuff, particularly from an emotional intelligence standpoint. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, man of prestige, Ola.
Auntie, thank you so much.
You.
I appreciate you always. I appreciate
Thank you. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll
See you
talk
soon.
Bye.
All right. Cheers. Man of prestige say, don't be a walking red flag. I saw a walking red flag on Dr. Shola's page the other day. I wanted to do a reaction to it. And she's a woman. Surprise! She was a woman. She's on her 4th marriage, and she's still a walking red flag. I wanted to talk about it. I don't know. You guys who follow Dr. Shola would have seen my comment there. I was telling her, I say, Madam, you are a red flag. People think that I support women blindly, but I don't. Maybe because most of the stories that we share, men don't really talk or share their pain. And so most of the stories that we talk about here are mostly women from the women's perspective. But I don't support women blindly. No, I don't. Chinya, did you see my response? Ha. You saw it being paid. I came for her. I was like, Auntie, you are a red flag. 4th marriage, Auntie is still making mouth pay. She doesn't need counseling. She's going to teach the man a lesson. Say, I'm going to teach him a lesson. I say, Auntie, is he your slave? Abi, is your houseboy that you're teaching a lesson? Maybe I'm going to do a reaction to that. What do you guys think? Should we talk about that situation? Because the woman pissed me off talking about teaching her husband a lesson. Who are you? You are in your 4th marriage and you are still talking. I don't like to shame women because of marrying repeatedly, because life happens. But common sense will tell you, babe, you have 1 marriage, it failed, baby daddy. You have 2nd marriage, it failed, baby daddy number 2. You have 3rd marriage, it failed, baby daddy number 3. This is the 4th one, and you are still not listening to reason. Come on now. I don't like it. This one will still fail, but the guy is ojukokoro and is lazy. Oh, I'm going to do a reaction to it, guys. We got to do a reaction to that next week, because the way she treats the guy said that they were in an event, that Dr. Shola was in an event. He wanted to go and greet Dr. Shola. The woman said, if you move, you know how your parents will say, if you move, I move you. See, husband. This woman said, if you move, I move you. Uncle, just sit down. Je. He didn't go. Oh my God. He didn't move. So I told her, I said, Auntie, you're a red flag. No, I'm not afraid to call women out when they do nonsense. Honestly, I'm not. If you see my comment on Instagram, you will know. That one, I wrote a long episode. My friend is always yabbing me. I'm a social worker, so writing is my work. So if I want to write, I don't usually write small. I will write, they say, only this matter, and you write all this paragraph. I say, Auntie, this man, you will be at work, he will just pack his load and leave you, because you are a walking red flag. I'm sure she read it, but I don't think she's going to take it seriously. She came back. Those of you that follow Dr. Shola will see that. She came back. Dr. Shola was telling the man to go and find a job, that they are employing people, but this guy is lazy. He went back to go and beg her. She came back and said, Dr. Shola, my husband came here and lied to you and said so, but he's here begging me. My God. It's not the best. You got to have dignity for yourself. Everybody needs to have dignity, whether you're a man or a woman, but especially if you're a man. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Give us the thumbs up. I've done 2 hours. I gotta run. But before I go, I want to show you what we have coming on. We have a lot coming on. So let me just show you quickly. Where is Reesa? Reesa Teesa, Otilo. We've done that for today. Yeah, I think the lessons have been learned. I'm sure by the grace of God, she will find someone. She seems like a very lovable woman who just wants to, have a happy marriage and, find the right person. I pray that, by coming on, a lot of people are, saying that she will do well as a podcaster and all that. Yeah. I pray that, she's not only just going to come out and tell this story, but it will open doors and opportunities for her, and she will meet someone as well, because this is what she wanted. If she still wants that, by His grace. So this year we've not had somebody coming to share their story, but we're going to have the first person. A few people have arranged with me, but didn't follow through. So on Tuesday, we have the first person that's coming to share their real life story. A woman in the US is coming to share her story with us on Tuesday. Yeah. And the title is How I Imported a Holy Husband from Ghana to America and the Shege that I saw. Shege. People should help me explain what Shege means to the non-Nigerians in the comment section. So this lady is going to come to share with us. She married a Ghanaian man and took him. She's a nurse. She lives in the America. And yeah, it's a very long story. It's a holy Mongo Park kind of situation. And incidentally, she said she married him because he was holy. So that's what we have on Tuesday. But before Tuesday, I have something else. I want to talk about the Minister of Women Affairs. That woman, we need to talk about her because Tinubu needs to be looking for a replacement for her. She's not qualified, in my opinion, to be a minister. So I want to rant about this. One is going to be a pure rant. I'm going to do this either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to be talking about the Minister of Women Affairs. This woman is the Minister of Women Affairs. And she made a statement today saying that women, please keep quiet. All you need to do in your marriage so that your husband will not put his hands on you is for you to be quiet. When he's talking, don't talk. Just be quiet so that you can maintain peace. It's in your hands. Whether you will collect or not, whether they will slap you today or not, is in your hands. It's you. You are responsible. So we have this same narrative of blaming the victim, always putting all the responsibility on a woman and not calling out. The kind of anger I felt today, go and check my Insta stories. This minister of Women Affairs had an opportunity. She decided to play our fairy godmother. The same thing that we are told when we are going to our husband's house. Respect your husband. When he's talking, don't talk. Make sure that, you are humble and all that. We know this already. You are not my... Don't let me curse. You are a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When you have an opportunity, put structures in place. Tell me what the number is for domestic violence in Nigeria. In a country where an average of 3 women are killed every week. What you are vomiting from your mouth is that women should keep quiet. They shouldn't talk when their husband is talking. That's why women are being killed. Okay. So I've seen some of the things she's done in the past. She has zero knowledge about domestic violence. She's very ignorant. She claims to be a lawyer, but she doesn't know the law. Because she knows the law, she will know that Article 2 of the Human Rights Act says that everybody has the right to life. Nobody has the right to buy you. If your mouth is running as a woman, then if you are a husband, send her away, send her packing. So somebody can say, obodooyinbo, you too get wahala. Wait till this woman talk now, she's correct. Yeah, but look at it from the standpoint of her office. She's a minister. She's not my auntie. She's not my mama or grandmother that will be giving me marital advice. You are a minister. And you are telling me that the only thing you have to tell Nigerian women is that they should keep quiet when their husband is talking so that they will not delete them. If it was this part of the world, she will be out of office, because people will come for her and say, you need to resign because you are such a disgrace. Ignoramus woman. She knows nothing about the so-called law, and she says she's a lawyer. And I'm so furious, because you see, we have very little opportunity as women to be in governance in Nigeria. If you look at the Nigerian government, the percentage of women in power is 0.0.0.0 minus 1, whatever. Very few women. And when we put women there, the ones they put there are the worst ones. Is it that there are no women in Nigeria that are qualified? There are too many women in Nigeria qualified. But they won't choose them. I don't know how they get to choose these people. So I want to rant about her, because President Tinubu say he wants ministers that will deliver. And we know one that is delivering at the moment, which is the minister of, what do they call it? Is it internal? What do they call the ones that office where they give passports? I don't know what they call it, the ministry. The one they do immigration and all that. You can be quiet and milk as a dove, and they will stick by you. The root cause of DV, why people are being quiet, is not because you are talking back or not. It's deeper than that. Thank you, Ultimate Grace. Minister of Interior is the one that everybody is celebrating. Even Tinubu has, hailed him. How dare you come out and say that keep quiet when your husbands are talking? That is why you will not get slapped. Oh my shit. We have a long way to go in that country. Alone, it won't be me. If he was here, she would have resigned. They will make sure, because people will leave their work and come out and campaign for her to be removed. She doesn't know her job. It's Mommy Moe that they used to put her there. Whatever power they have, leg power, bottom power. That's why they used to put all these S-side chicks to put them there. She would dress like somebody that is going to party. A minister will be dressing like, are you going to party every day? Why are you dressing like this? When there are issues on ground that you're supposed to be tackling. We're still talking about Dora Akunyoleti tomorrow. We will always talk about Dora because of the work she did. She knew her job, but you are there. What is your, how are you helping Nigerian women in a country that is highly patriarchal in nature? You are telling us, babe, just keep quiet. Once you keep quiet, your husband will not beat you. Shagun. Okay, I'm rounding up now. Thank you, guys. I think I'm going to rant either Saturday or so. Shagun say, but why they go for your fellow woman? You know good though. Temper justice with mercy and forgive. Try and be forgiveness. This one is it's not personal, my dear. It's just that the people in Nigeria don't know their rights. They don't know that you have to hold all these people accountable. When people are in office, they are there to serve you. But Nigerian people in offices, it's we that serve them. So it is not even about me. It's not personal. Do I live in Nigeria? I don't live in Nigeria. If somebody slap me for here, I know what to do now. I know the number to call now. They go to prison tomorrow. But this is all for, because this is opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to make an impact, and you are wasting it. What do me? Yeah. What do me? She's not doing the right thing. We have to hold her accountable. I'm going to call her out with my full chest. Thank you very much, everybody. Shagun, you don't know me. Mommy, if you know me, you will not be saying that, but it's okay. You get to know me in time. Maybe you just subscribed. Yeah. But as well, if we are going to change Nigeria, it needs to change from how we, as Nigerians, behave, our mindset, the way we treat one another, and how we hold our elected officers and ministers or whatever accountable for whatever they do. The other one they put the other day that went to give testimony. All these women are just shaming me. They're just disgracing me. The one that went to give testimony that by this time next year, I will be a minister. They say she's the youngest. Now she thief more. You never even do office for 6 months. The money where thief. The money where she thief. If you guys are okay with how Nigeria is, then I will keep quiet. Me, in sorrow. I'm not directly affected, though. I'm a British citizen. Oh. If I don't want to go to Nigeria again, won't let me. I will stay here. So if you don't want me to say anything, just say so. I will keep quiet. Or on Nigeria, me, I won't say nothing. Because it's exhausting. It's so exhausting. People will just be going about their business. They don't even care. You don't even question all these people. You don't even, there's nothing, everything they say is like they are almighty. They are gods. So if people don't want me to say anything, I'll keep quiet. Along, I won't say anything. Let me know if you don't want me to say. I will just cancel it. Because it stresses me. Why am I stressing about Nigeria when I'm living in the United Kingdom? I haven't lived in Nigeria for 17 years. But I'm bothered because it's my country. All right. Eshe Gonyo, thank you very much. I'll see you guys at some point on Saturday. I will come and rant. I've not ranted in a long time. Obodooyinbo rant. Oh my God. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a nice evening. God bless you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let me know if you want me to keep quiet. I will lock my mouth. And we'll do. If you want us to do cruise, you only creating content for us, Ola. You is there doing mommy, daddy Gio and mommy Gio. If that's what people want, we can be playing and be creating content from you. People could like your content. Anytime I do your content, Oman views gone. We will be here and talking nonsense. But this is important because it affects people's lives directly. We cannot be catching cruise every day. Occasionally, we'll catch cruise. But this is important. This is a serving minister. You are standing in your office as a minister and you don't know what to do. Oh my show. Thank you very much. Ebony Mary, I love you. God bless you. Man of Prestige. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys. Have a good evening. Happy weekend and speak soon. Today is the end of February. Is it a leap year this year? It's a leap year. Oh, today is 29th. It's a leap year. Okay, so tomorrow is March 1st. Okay. Watch out. I might just be back tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye.